sometimes you want to split a commit up into commits. And that is actually pretty easy in CLion if you know how to do it. Let me show you. In this example that I've showed you, I have been playing a bit with AI, and I had it generate me a few unit tests, and I committed one of those. Of course, I didn't do it in the real world, but in this example, I committed two different unit tests into one. And obviously that was not a good idea. So in code review, I was told that is not a good idea. Or maybe I came to that realization myself, but in any case, I now want to take that one commit and split it in two. Had it been my first commit or my latest commit, then I could just throw it out and get it all back into my index and change the data there and make two commits. But now it's sitting in the middle, and even further up ahead of it, there are changes. That means that I cannot just move it up there. But fortunately, as I said, that is a workflow that is very well supported in CLion. So I bring up my Git view down here. I have all my changes, as you can see here. This is the newest, and this is the one that is somewhat troublesome. If I move over here, you can see I have changes to currency and to multi-currency money, and I have two test cases here, and that should be split into two. So what I'll do is I'll right-click here, and I'll choose interactively rebase from here. And in contrast to doing a rebase from origin, for example, origin master, as I did in the previous video, this is just saying from this one, do a rebase. And had it not been interactive, it would take everything from there and to head and put it back on, and there would have been no changes, obviously. But now it's interactive. It gives me the opportunity to do something. So here is the changes. And again, this is the latest one. It's sitting down here. It's this one up here that I want to do something about. So we will do our interactive rebase, start rebasing. And now you can see I stopped here. And if I make this a bit smaller again, here you can see generate test case for currency. And at this point, what I'll do now is I'll right click again and I will say undo commit. And that's basically when you take, you do a git reset head tilde on your command line. It's basically just taking what is at the front of your commit and throwing that into your index. And now it says, what do you want to do this? And this is the change list facility of CLion. That is, in this case, actually pretty nifty. So it was about currency, wasn't it? Currency. And I say, okay, cool. Now I have all my changes here inside of this thing called currency. And I wanted to split the currency changes, namely those files that are relating to that, and the multi-currency. So I'll go up here, right click and say new change list. And this is multi-currency, something like this. And okay. And if I now go and make this quite a bit smaller, you will see that there is currency and there is nothing else but currency. Oh, it's up there, multi-currency. Okay, cool. So what I'll do now is that I will say which file belongs to which. Well, multi-currency money obviously belongs up here. Multi-currency money to this one here. So now I have two different change sets there. You can see if I go down here, you can see these are the one that belongs to multi-currency and these are the one that belongs to currency. And test multi-currency also belong up here. That's cool so far. So we have currency, test currency, and then finally we have CMake list. If I just click here, I can see that CMake list is, and why do you show an external window? Did I ask you to do that? Show diff in editor tab. Yes, please. CMake list. You can see that it has a change here, test currency, and it has test multi-currency. And which one should it go into then? That's a good question, isn't it? Well, that is an answer for that. If I could just remember, my screen is so big now that, or my font is so big that it's difficult for me to find my way around. Just give me a second. Yes, I just did a break here just for you to build up for the, oh my God, he doesn't know where it is, because I know better than search for that facility right here. What I need to do now is to go to this actual change on the file CMake. And if I do that, just double click here as I set up in a previous commit. Now I am at CMake list.txt, and you can see here in the gutter there is a tiny little thing. If I right click here, then it will give me annotate with blah blah blah, all these bookmark stuff. And you're not gonna right click there, my friend. You're gonna click on it. And now when I click on it, there is this little change list down here, and I see that this test currency goes to the currency change. Cool enough. Scrolling down here is the test multi-currency. This one goes to multi-currency. And now, if I go over here again, you can see that it's showed up in my CMake list, now showed up in multi-currency. There is test multi-currency. If I collapse so it doesn't show anything but the changes, there are no other changes there. Down here, the CMake list for this one has the test currency. And I've magically, with the help of CLion, mind you, managed to split my change up into sets. And now I can go and say, okay, save the currency. And this is currency changes. And had this been not part of a demo, because it is quite a few days since I did that, then I would have gone up here and I would have found the right one, but there are no multi-currency stuff. Yeah, you can see these are when I was playing with it in the past, but otherwise my commit that I used back then might have been there. So I commit this one here, and we wait for a while all my commit hooks are running, and the empty change list currency is no longer active. Yeah, remove that. Okay, now take this change here, and actually I have that also here. Multi-currency stuff. There we are. Commit that, and now both of these has been committed. And you remember I had one commit with both of these, but I took that out of my branch that I was on, where I was in the middle of a git rebase. I took it out, put it into my index. I made these two changes, and they are now changed. And why did you not suggest that I could delete this one? I don't know, but now I did myself. I am in the middle of a git rebase still, and you can see this was how far we made it before. Then there is the currency stuff now and multi-currency stuff, and I can continue my git rebase. And here are all the other stuff that I had, currency stuff and multi-currency stuff. Pretty nifty, if you ask me. If you just remember that you need to go to the file and find the gutter when you want to split a specific file up. But now that I spend all the time finding that and you went through that pain with me, you will never remember, will you? Anyway, I'm Jesper Pedersen from KDAB. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and next time we're going to talk a bit more about Git. So stay tuned. And until then, have a great time.